But in this episode, we're going to be ranking every single Star Wars movie and TV show, which is canon. Now, there's probably one or two TV shows that are not here, but I think most of them are here. But they're all 9 movies are here, which is the main fact, and the bonus movies. But before we get into this, I am now on Odyssey. Yes, for content here, it's probably going to get uploaded a little bit faster than YouTube, simply because Odyssey doesn't have a pre-render time for the second I script the video. It'll be uploaded faster or slower. I'm brand new to Odyssey, and I'll probably also be creating a BitChute account in the next couple of weeks. But I'm waiting until I get my PC before I go into mega live streams and that. Live streams will probably be exclusive to YouTube. Until Odyssey gets it full bin. I know they introduced a test form, but they're only giving that to certain people. For I won't be able to use it, and as for BitChute, content will be up there in a few weeks. Links in the description will be. So let's just get started. The tier list is quite simple. This tier list actually puts all the ranks of all the Jedi in ranks. I actually really like that, which is kind of cool. And we're just going to do this in order from whatever order's here. Let's start. Star Wars Resistance. Gotta be honest here, Star Wars Resistance is a horrible TV show. Personally, not watched it. But it only had 2 seasons, and it's set after the events. I think it's either The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. This is the least amount of thing I have a knowledge of. But it's a bit too childish, like it's far too childish compared to the rest of the TV shows. Even Clone Wars has got like some adult content in it. And it's like for children like under 10, I would say Star Wars Resistance is. Before I have my opinions, people getting annoyed by my opinions, if you love the sequel trilogy, good for you. They're just not my cup of tea. I don't like them, and I've watched them a lot less. I can't go back and watch them, unlike I could with the sequels and the original trilogy, the prequels, and the original trilogy. Sorry, but it's alright, because the Attack of the Clones. Now, the Attack of the Clones, what do I think of the Attack of the Clones? I gotta be honest here. So if I think of Attack of the Clones myself, and I don't consider the Clone Wars into it, if I consider the Clone Wars part into Attack of the Clones, I feel like it belongs a higher rating. But I feel like Attack of the Clones is probably the worst George Lucas Star Wars movie. Granted, George Lucas did fully work on Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back, didn't have full control of them, and I'm not entirely 100% sure about A New Hope. But it's got interesting facts, like how the Clone Wars started, and it does show how Anakin became like what they did to his mother and killing all the Tusken Raiders and all that. It does explain Anakin's character quite well, but the lovely Duff shit and all that, it's a little bit mediocre. So I'm gonna give it the ranking. Yeah. Anyway, next movie is Return of the Jedi. Now, Return of the Jedi is probably one of the best hero-ending movies in cinema history, I would say. Potentially. I know there's probably better ending good movies, but when you compare this to Endgame had a lot of flaws. Like, okay, I'm not going to Marvel Cinematic Universe, but if I was going to put Endgame on this, I would only give it a master tier compared to Infinity War. I think Infinity War was really, really, really good. I feel Endgame just underestimated. However, I think the Return of the Jedi is extremely good. I'm going to give it the rank of Council, not Grandmaster. Why not? Why not the highest rank? Few flaws is, I feel like the Tatooine thing does go on for a little bit too long. The Tatooine section of the movie. And that extra cutscene of Luke Skywalker making his lightsaber, and I feel like the original cut, the evil ending, would have probably been better. But I understand Star Wars, it would probably have to be rated in R or 18 or something like that, or a mature radiance if the original ending did come to it. Also the Ewoks. Ewoks being up fully trained soldiers is pretty silly, and I feel like the Endor thing was done a bit too much. Like, if they focused more on the Death Star and the Emperor trying to convince Luke to turn to the dark side, and that more would be more interesting. So let's go to the next movie. Next movie is The Phantom Menace, which I'm going to give a master tier. So my Phantom Menace is the midichlorians and that, if like you were a huge fan of the original trilogy and you went to the Phantom Menace, you probably didn't like the Phantom Menace if you were a huge fan of the original trilogy. Like the Phantom Menace, Jar Jar's quite annoying. Don't tell me wrong thing. The reason I would say I'd probably give it a 9 tier, but Darth Maul is really good. And I don't feel like you need to watch this movie to understand Anakin's story. I guess you understand how Anakin was a slave, how they met him, but the pod racing is not really interesting to me. But Darth Maul's really interesting. The Coruscant bits are quite boring. It's a bit too politics. Though politics is good. I'm a lot more interested in politics than I was just a year ago. So it's a bit of a different opinion. Anyway, but I think everyone's more interested in politics nowadays. What's been happening in the world for the last year. Rogue One. Now this is gonna shock people. I think Rogue One is the best Disney Star Wars movie. Overall, no, I've not watched it in a while. It's an interesting story. It's about how they got the Death Star plans. It's a bit basic, but the Darth Vader scene at the end of the movie is really good. And because of the Darth Vader scene, if we had more the Darth Saber scenes are really good. If we had more Darth Saber scenes, I potentially could put up a rank. But I think it's better than Attack of the Clones. If I'm gonna give it the rank a master, though, I do think the Phantom Menace is better than it. The problem with Rogue One is it's not really got to do with the Jedi or anything like that. Yeah, let's go into the controversial opinion. The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian still saw 2 seasons and potentially might not have a 3rd season because of all the incidents that's been happening. So first season I'd say pretty good. Second season does slow down a bit though. Coming back at the end of it is really good, but you find out what they do with Skywalker. Where the hell was Grogu in the sequel trilogy? Where is he? Did they just kill him? They probably, to be honest, that was probably the original plan. Grogu probably did get killed, but they probably changed it. Overall, it's alright. It's okay. I'll give it a higher rating than Attack of the Clones. I think it's better than Attack of the Clones, but I don't think it's something I'd really watch again. Like, if you're a huge fan of the EU, expanded universe, you know about the Mandalorian Wars and the Revan and all that stuff, it just sounds so more interesting. Like, what's his name, Cameron Castro, is just so more interesting. Whatever the Mandalorian's name is. I like the old Mandalorians. They believe in the heart of battle and war, not the losers. It exists. And the rise of the Empire. Sorry. I just think Mandalorians are just shit. Even George Lucas didn't do a good job in Mandalorians. I will admit, the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic did much better job. I would say the Knights of the Republic Mandalorians are probably the best in the franchise, I would say. Hardened battle veterans that almost conquered the galaxy. Just so more interest. Anyway, next TV show is Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Rebels is alright, though. I think Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are a bit overhyped, and I would say Clone Wars is a lot better on it, by a lot. It's a bit the Inquisitors they're alright. I've not really watched Star Wars Rebels on repeat before. I couldn't tell you, but it is. People might say, oh, it's a bit underrated, but personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it. The Inquisitors, but as I said, they were going to make Starkiller a Inquisitor, and to be honest, I think that's how they could have fixed Starkiller by nerfing him. I'm not like a huge massive fan of Starkiller. I think he's a bit overpowered, but if they made him Inquisitor and they made him the Grand Inquisitor instead of whatever his name is, the Grand Inquisitor's name is, made him in charge. And you could play Jedi Fallen Order if you really want to understand it. The Inquisitors a lot more than Star Wars Rebels, I would say, for casual fans, because more fans probably play games and watch TV shows nowadays, I would say. For overall, it's an 8 tier. It's not bad. Oh. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Let's talk about this movie. Let's talk about it. So. For my first thought about the movie is, and people that even defend it, The Last Jedi, I've got to kind of agree with me. Is it just me? This is someone that doesn't like it, but if you love The Last Jedi, do you like that most of the movie's spent on a ship, getting chased? Now that's just me being honest. Do you like that part of the movie? Because I'm pretty sure even sequel fans wouldn't like that section. That's just a general audience thing. For what they did was the ship gets blown up. They didn't care about Abu Black Smoke. I'll tell you the flaws before I give it this rating. In fact, I'm going to give it this rating first because it's got too many flaws. I would have to make an actual in-depth 10 to half an hour video. As I said, there was no plan of the sequel trilogy whatsoever. It's really, really bad. Watched it 3 times. First time I didn't understand it. Second time I was like, okay, what's this? And third time I was like, this is crap. Yeah, there's too much to talk about. The Last Jedi film. Abu Abar, killing Abu Baba, ruin Luke Skywalker. Making Luke Skywalker a lazy old man that doesn't even bother doing shit. Making Rey somehow beat Kylo. It's stupid. Killing Smokeoff was a stupid decision. They could have easily made Smoke Darth Plagueis. And I'm telling you, if they made Smoke Darth Plagueis, I think a lot more people would like it. And I always say, if they could have made Smoke, would you? One of the Force Fellows or something like that betrayed it, or an ancient Sith. Like, I don't know. I know Vitiate and Valkyrie and Terrorbrain's overdone, but I don't know. Made him still alive somewhere. I'm firmly believe he's probably the most powerful Sith Lord, in my opinion, because he controls a massive empire and a dark council and all that stuff. It's too much to go into details, but you know. What's the next movie? The Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie. I gotta be honest with you, it sucks. Ahsoka's very annoying. Anakin and Obi-Wan are quite annoying. Saving the Hutt and the introduction of it's just a bad movie. I only ever watched this movie once, and I watched this movie when it came out, and I was 8 years old when it came out, and I gotta be honest with you, I didn't like it. I thought the TV show got better, and I feel like season 1 and season 2 of the TV show was better than the movie, and I feel like season 1 and season 2 of the Clone Wars were kind of the bad things about the movie. So yeah, I would say it's the best out of these 3 things though. I would say it's better, but that's the movie. That's the movie rating, not the TV show. The TV show is this. Star Wars Solo. Right. When I first watched Solo, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I probably would have gave it a 90. But what they did to Lando Calrissian and how they changed Han Solo and how they ruined it and how we met Chewbacca and it's not as good. Like, it doesn't really explain how he was. It doesn't really show any scenes. They were planning on making 3 movies for this originally, which to be honest, I don't know why you need to make 3 movies about how Han Solo came in. And I gotta be honest. Yeah, I gotta give a Padawan. I just don't think it's good. I think it's kind of a waste of time. They could have worked on something else. I just don't like it. And plus, they treat Han Solo like crap nowadays. That's probably why they couldn't get the original perfect actor, because he just didn't want to. Plus, he's a bit old as well, I guess. And the Han Solo, I think, is the one that we had in the original trilogy. So, and the Legends. I don't consider that Han Solo. Sorry. And what they did to Lando Calrissian, doing things to robots and that, yeah, it's a bit controversial. Now, Force Awakens, I gotta be honest with you, Force Awakens, bad movie. It's just a copy and paste of New Hope. It's just New Hope, but worse. A lot worse. It's just a copy and a waste of time. New Hope, they kill off one of the famous characters, and also in the Chinese version, they make Finn. Oh my god, Finn was such a missed opportunity. They compare about how not racist that are, but oh man, they treated Finn like crap. Honestly, they should have made him a Jedi by episode 9. He should have been him and Rey. Rey can be the Mary Sue. People enjoy that, sure, whatever. But they could have made Finn the interesting character, but they didn't. they lost their opportunity. Just check something real quick. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's just not a good movie. It's better than Solo, and it's just it started. This is just when they had no plan and no knowledge. Anyway, episode 9 is next. Gotta be straight up honest, yeah. I don't think anyone likes episode 9. Right, Matt Palpatine was such a waste potential. Palpatine is not a fool and an idiot. Palpatine, when he resurrected and they did the thing of the body thing, or whatever the name of that is again, he was so much more cooler. And Legends, and the Force Storm and all that. Yeah, he does. He shoots Force lightning. And, they shoot ships and that, but somehow yeah. I'm sorry, Palpatine would have absolutely demolished Rey and Kylo probably quite easily. Whatever his real name is. Ben. Yeah. It's a bad movie. No, I would say it's better than these three. I think it's better than that. Alright. Empire Strikes Back. Arguably the best Star Wars movie, and I gotta say it's the best Star Wars movie. Look, I am the father scene and all that stuff. It's about how the Empire gets revenge. It's more of a dark film. Now people don't like dark and evil films, but I feel like always dark movies do better than hero movies. When something bad happens, they're more interesting because it doesn't make the character feel miserable. That's I'll talk about a game franchise like Halo 3. The reason people love so much Halo 3 so much is because Master Chief's kind of miserable, but you don't think that when they kill off Commander Reese and they kill off Sergeant Johnson. You think, oh God, maybe Master Chief could die. Obviously that doesn't happen, but Halo 3 is a good. I would say it's a good. It's one of the cases which is good, but we're not talking about Halo. We're talking about Star Wars. So Grandmaster. Big Empire Strikes Back is easily the best movie. It's about Luke doesn't fall. That's what I don't get about The Last Jedi. It's how Luke tried and he failed. But character growth, something that the sequel trilogy lacks. Rey did not grow in a character. How the hell can Rey be this shitty character that has no training and beat Kylo at the end of episode 7? I'm sorry. If Rey did that to Darth Vader, just think about that. If Rey did that to Darth Vader, holy shit. If Luke did that to Darth Vader in the first movie, we'd be like, what's the point of watching the second and fucking movie? You know what I mean? Anyway, Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith does have a couple of flaws. You're breaking my heart. You know, the love story and that, it's a bit cringe. But Anakin is a bit of an idiot. How he did not expect Palpatine to potentially screw him over. How he didn't have any knowledge. I don't know. Then but when I think about Darth Vader, I always think he's a different character than Anakin Skywalker. I don't know. It's something about it. Though they are the same character, when you see Darth Vader going to the tombs of his wife's death and that, you're just thinking, this is something Darth Vader would do. I'm sorry, but it gives him more character. It works really well. And overall, second best movie. Love Revenge of the Sith. Could easily watch it. It's probably my most watched movie. Because it's probably my watched movie, though I do think Empire Strikes Back's better on it. The reason it's my most watched movie because Empire Strikes Back has some weird, like the Warmack scene and the worm scene. I don't really think the big giant worm inside an asteroid was a really, really important scene in Empire Strikes Back. I kind of skipped that scene. But you know, at least I actually, that's the only thing I like skipping. Revenge of the Sith. I don't seem to really skip Revenge of the Sith, but I'll tell you Empire Strikes Back is a better movie. Anyway, the original Star Wars movie, New Hope, let's be honest, didn't have a New Hope. We didn't have any other movie. People don't like a New Hope, and it is a bit basic. Don't get me wrong, it is a bit basic. It came out in 77. But The Force Awakens is just a copy and paste of it, lolly. And if we didn't have I gotta give the benefit of the doubt. We didn't have a New Hope. We wouldn't have anything else in Star Wars. So yeah. If A New Hope wasn't the first movie, I'd probably drop it down a tier or two. But yeah, for that reason alone, I gotta give it a great tier. Now the Clone Wars. Whew. Clone Wars is a very, very, very long TV series. By far the longest TV Star Wars series. So I'm just going outside, seeing what that noise is. Anyway, so Clone Wars is really, really good. Ahsoka becomes a more interesting character. That's why I always say when people compare him with Reyes and that, I'm saying good, but Ahsoka's much better than Rey, and they want a powerful, strong female character. That's Ahsoka for you. So yeah. It explains the story of Anakin. It makes Anakin a much more better character than just some loser kid, which there was some weird kid that that's overconfident and stuff like that. It explains a lot more detail, and it also explains how he becomes more to the dark side and that. Season 7 was really good. No, I'm saying season 7 does have a little bit of flaw. Like after the Bad Batch part, I feel like the Bad Batch part gets good to season 7. Then the bit after that's a little bit bad, but towards the end it gets really, really good. Level 66 and all that stuff. Okay, yeah, it's an interesting show. But the first 2 seasons are a bit flawed, and yeah, I would say it does have some flaws. For the original trilogy is easily the best Star Wars, I think, and still believe. And the Star Wars series, I would say he's not a fan of the sequels, and most of us aren't. 98% of people said the original trilogy was good. The fact that 2% of people don't like the original trilogy, I find that kind of strange. But I can understand the 5% for the prequels, and well, sequels, that makes sense. Sequels is not Star Wars. But we're going to view the community rank if it shows up real quick. So yeah, oh wow, this community rank is very, very strange. Yeah, I don't like the community rank on this. Yeah, I don't like the community rank. There's far too many. The Mandalorian should not be honest. Sorry, the Mandalorian is not a Grandmaster film, and neither is Rogue One. But even the general audience think the original trilogy is the best. No, that is so overrated, and so is that, and that's overrated as well, and so is that. And these are a bit too. That's far too high up, and so is that. No. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I think I made a much fairer tier list than these guys did. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's the overall template. The fact that 31% of people are, these 31 people are, must hate this tier list. I don't actually know if that's my tier list. I would assume that's the community rank. Anyway, that's going to be the video. But before I end the video, make sure to like, subscribe if you're new. And I'm going to make this a weekly series where we're going to do a tier list. And obviously I will have a link in the description on my Odyssey. So if I only have one video uploaded on Odyssey, and I will do more, and I don't know how the point system. I'm a bit noob to Odyssey, and I'll probably be a bit new when I go to BitChute. Though I do expect YouTube to give more views and stuff like that, and I'm not sure how live streaming works on these platforms. I don't think they do. And hopefully BitChute doesn't have a limit of 4 gig videos, because 4 gig videos is not gonna work if I want to upload a live stream to it, especially gameplay. We'll see if it's just a podcast I could do it. But yeah, Odyssey does have some of its flaws, but Odyssey doesn't have a pre-upload time for that means videos are going to be uploaded quicker on that platform compared to YouTube. Top 5% of people when it comes to Star Wars knowledge. By the way, this is not me that take this in. Star Wars knowledge. If you loved everything about Star Wars, I'm pretty sure this person would have a different opinion. Anyway, that's the video. Peace out.